Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Love coming out of you makes you happy. The whole world can love you, but that love won't make you happy. What will make you happy is to share all the love you have inside of you. That is the love that will make the difference. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 138, NASDAQ up 9, S&P's up 8.5, gold contract up $18.70, trading at $1,411 an ounce. Silver up 43 cents at $22.68 an ounce. Platinum up $40 at $1,498 an ounce. Light sweet crude up $1.33 at $93.30 a barrel. Bonds up 13 ticks at 141.15. King dollar down 701 ticks at 82.70. He did about 45,000 contracts, which is still coming in. That's pretty hot, but still lighter than what we're going into. But bottom line, King dollar went down hard. Euro up 72 ticks at 130.70. The euro, the yen, rather down at 94, trading out at 99.52. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look. And what do you have? We get to a low out here of 1630. You closed at 1637, but guess what, folks? You're going to be right back down here. Why? Well, we did 800 million. Now, the 800 million is lighter than the 1.1 that we had on Friday, but bottom line is that you're still coming into the swing. You broke the swing with volume. When we go over, well, let me do the Dow next, and you'll see how this is shaking out. The NASDAQ in particular is the most deviant, but the NASDAQ also has the most amount of volume at the lows. Dow Industrials, what the Dow did, up $1.38. Bottom line is that, yeah, can it get into 15,280? Yeah, but bottom line is that you broke the swing, did it with volume, you're going to be right back downtown. NASDAQ Composite. Now, I want to bisect and dissect this big, and this is why. So check it out. So the composite today got down to a price point of 34.19. The 34.19 got right into the 34.22 from the swing point, which was generated on the 22nd. The NASDAQ, folks, did another 2 billion shares. So in 2 days, what the NASDAQ has shown is that you got the lower prices, expansion of volume, and you went into the swing point. Now, the swing point had 2.1 billion shares also. So Friday you come down to 2 billion. Today you come down to 2 billion. You reject that low. Bottom line, that low has 2.17 billion. NASDAQ going to be right back down there too. Why? The force is downtown. Because when we're going uptown, you're talking about 1.7 billion. So you're talking about another 300 million on top of that. Now, if we go over to the SPY, we'll start with, see, you can see the correlations. What the SPY did is this. The SPY got down to a price point of 162.65. We did 163 million shares. The 163 million, big numbers. We did 176 on Friday. And just so you understand the correlations when we first hitting the highs, was you're talking about hitting high on 85 million. You're talking about hitting high on 95 million. We got into a high with 211 million, 244 million, and sold right off from it. The next time, we were at 143. These are lower lows, expansion of volume. We go over to the 3 Qs. We take a look at the 3 Qs. What we have with the 3 Qs, she comes down today with 46 million shares. She breaks a swing that had, if I take the most conservative one, it was 48 million. Rejects that level, comes back, going to be right back down. And when you break lows like this and you have the expansion of volume, it's basically a one-day wonder. So the consolidation is at the top right now. This downtrend's already started. That's the real bottom line. We go over to the gold contract. We take a look at gold. Now, between gold and the dollar, it's pretty wild, but gold still couldn't get the move on. And gold should have been able to get the move on in an extraordinary way today, folks, because when that dollar got hit, it got hit hard. So gold contract what we did is this. We're up $18.50. We only did 132,000 contracts. It needs a lot more than that. The last time we were up here, when we got to that 1417, we did 203,000 contracts. So it's a big number, and it should have been basically a lot bigger. In order to have that wide price spread, accelerated volume. We go to the dollar index, and what you have with the dollar index is this. She came down hard, but you'll see what she did. She was coming right into where we broke topside. Yeah, she's at 82.72 right now. So at 82.72, she got to a low of 82.45. She came off that low, slightly. The last sell was pretty intense, actually. But bottom line is that what you have is this. All she has to do is get over 20 ticks and go into 82.91, and she's right back in the top side again. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. Now, if we take a look, let's see, this is. Okay. So we take a look at some of the high-volume stocks out here. We have Bank of America was down 11 cents. Intel was up 96. We're going to go back to Intel and take a look at that. We had Microsoft up 69. Cisco was up 26. Bristol Myers was up 158. And if we let's start with the financials. We'll go right over to BAC. We look at BAC. So what Bank of America did is this. She comes down 1321, has 193 million. That also is an expansion of volume on the way down. J.P. Morgan Chase. We take a look at J.P. Morgan. What we did with J.P. Morgan is this. Same deal. This is going to be interesting. Buying the dip was out here. There's no two ways about it, folks. But what you have here, when you're buying the dip and that expansion of volume, it's dangerous. Actually, what you have with J.P. Morgan, this is kind of intriguing. First, you had a shooting star up at the highs, which is 54.96, with volume. You had 46 million. That was generated on the 22nd of May. You went to a higher high, couldn't hold it, with 24 million. So your correlation is 24 million at the high, testing 46. You come down with 28, and now what you have a shooting star and you have a hanging man. This is actually a hanging man up here. This is not a hammer. If you're looking at if you're into candlestick charting, folks, okay, let me show you something here. And particularly on the NASDAQ. If we go to the NASDAQ, if you look at the NASDAQ, that is not a hammer. What happens is this. A hammer is, folks, are at the end of down trends, not at the top of uptrends. At the top of an uptrend, this is a little, that's not, I was going to say sophisticated, but it's not. What you have to understand is that this is a hanging man versus a hammer. Because if you just look at this, you can say, oh, that's a hammer. You come down. You don't have hammers at the top of uptrends, particularly the type of uptrend that we've had right now, meaning it's been going up for 4.5 months. We take a look at some of the large caps out here. Big Blue was up 93 cents. You had Big Mac up 139. We'll go back to Big Mac because that was down hard on volume. Boeing was up 172. Oxy was up 220. In fact, inside the Dow Industrials, when we take a look at Intel, Merck, Coca-Cola, and Microsoft, we're bringing it up. So let's start right with Intel and see what we got with Intel out here. What Intel did today, well, she had some juice underneath this, 75 million shares. And, yeah, well, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so 24.54. So that's $4. That's 27.50. Intel actually could be an ABC up. Yeah, Intel can be an ABC up, no doubt. We go over to Caterpillar. We take a look at Caterpillar CAT. Actually, let's go to Big Mac first because McDonald's had come down on volume. Yeah, this is a B to a C of an ABC structure on the way down. So we have with McDonald's is this. McDonald's at $97. That's down from the high of 103. McDonald's had come off those highs, come off the highs with 13 million, 13 million, 14 million, and then goes up today with 4 million. That, folks, you're down with 13 million, you go up with 4 million. 877-927-6648. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. The Dow finish up 138. NASDAQ up 9. S&P's up 6.5. We're going to be right back.